What is the most dangerous person in your life is trying to protect you. And it's not your competitor, not your board, not the market. Something inside your own head, something that has been running your mornings and your decisions without your permission. Your brain has a bodyguard. And by the end of this video, you are going to meet it, understand it, and learn why it has been costing you every single day. Stay with me. This one changes everything, and I wish everyone knew about it. And you're gonna have 3 different elements. You will have a science behind this thing. You will learn why you're doing the things you're doing. I will bring few research and experiments. You will have a spirit, the meaning behind it, the human part, something we cannot see, touch, but we know it's there, the connection into something. And the third one is the strategy, how all this impact your life, your business, and your career. And we will end up with the experiment, the integration of what is next, because I don't want you to trust me on the word. I want you to experiment it. I want you to create and live and build the emotional wisdom. So, part number 1, the why, will allow you to understand the things behind and understand what is that bodyguard? What is doing it? So let me introduce you to someone you have never met, but who has been running your life. Deep inside your brain sits a tiny almond-shaped structure called amygdala, and here I have one. It has one job, to protect you. That's it. It's your personal bodyguard, and everyone has it. And here is the thing about this bodyguard. It's fast. It's incredibly fast. In 2016, researchers in Madrid were working with epilepsy patients who had the electrodes implanted directly inside their brain, directly inside the amygdala. They showed them faces of happy, neutral, and scared. The amygdala responded to fearful faces in, listen to that, 74 milliseconds. This is why 74 milliseconds, it's like less than the blink of the eye. This is how fast it is. It's faster than you can snap your fingers. The bodyguard saw the threat before the person even knew what they were looking at. Happy faces, nothing. Neutral faces, nothing. It only cared about the threat. That's your brain right now. Every morning, scanning, 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 not for opportunity, but for the danger. That's its role. That's its only job. The second one, the second story, the second experiment, it actually has the VIP pass. Here is where it gets worse. The bodyguard doesn't just react to threat. It gives them priority sitting, the VIP chair in your head and in your life. In 1998, psychologist John Cacioppo at Ohio State measured people's brain waves while they were looking at the picture. Positive picture, sunsets, puppies. Negative pictures, scary, disturbing images. And neutral, a plate, a fork. And you know what's happened? You may now guess. The negative images triggered much stronger electrical activity in the brain. Not a little stronger, a lot. Your brain doesn't treat good and bad equally. It gives negativity VIP access, more electricity, more attention, more focus. It actually creates that strength. That's not a mindset problem. It's a biology. So now you have met the bodyguard. It's fast. It only sees threats, and your brain gives those threats front row seats before everything else. But how much damage can one negative moment actually do? You may ask yourself the question. Now, let me tell you my favorite experiment. And this is the one that changes how you think about mornings forever. University of Washington, Dr. John Gottman, he built something called the Love Lab. As its name says, he invites newly married couples into the lab, hooks them up into electrodes, heart rate, sweat, blood. Literally, he measures everything. Hidden cameras, tracking every micro expressions, every eye roll, every smile, every moment of contempt. Then he sends them home. 6 years later, he checks back. Who is still married? Who is divorced? And here is what is amazing. His discovery literally blow away the entire scientific community. Gottman could predict divorce within the 83% accuracy just from watching a 15 minutes conversation between the couple. The difference between happy couples and divorced couples came down to one number, 5-to-1. That's a ratio. 5 positive interactions for every 1 negative interaction. That's a minimum. Below that, even good morning sounds like an attack. 5-to-1. Now think about your morning. You wake up, you grab your phone, one scary headline, one stressful email, one annoying message. That's 0 to 3 negatives before breakfast, before coffee. The bodyguard has already won. You are in the defense mode, and your brain now needs 15 positive moments just to be even before the first meeting. So here is what the science says. Your bodyguard fires in 74 milliseconds and threats only. Your brain gives negativity VIP access. You need 5 positive things to cancel and rewire 1 negative. So, even this sandwich feedback, we used to it in a corporate world, doesn't work. You obviously know that there is a good and a bad thing coming and you're waiting for it to confirm, or as soon as the bad comes, you're like, okay, you focus on it and you don't think about the other two, because there is not a ratio 2-to-1. The ratio to be equal, it's 5-to-1. Why it's so important in the morning? Because the most morning you start 15 in the hall before you even the breakfast. Now here is the part that changes everything. The morning is not neutral. Your brain has something called the cortisol awakening response. The moment you wake up, cortisol floods your system. Your brain is booting up like a computer loading its operating system. It takes time. And here is the catch. For the first 30 minutes, your brain runs only on 51% capacity. Your prefrontal cortex, the part that thinks, plans, create, is still waking up. But the bodyguard, amygdala, is already fully online and it's scanning. So for the first 5 to 10 minutes of your day, you are running on the bodyguard system with no commander in charge. Now, whatever you feed the system in those minutes, those become the lens for the entire day. Your brain has something called reticular activating system, called RAS, and it locks onto whether you give it first. What does it mean? Feed me with the fear, it scans for the fear all day. Feed me with the worry, it finds things to worry about all day. Feed with wins, it finds wins all day long. Your morning determines all day. And this is why we're also running the live session at 5:05. So you can join and win your morning to win your day. You are programming your own GPS before your feet hit the floor. You are programming the GPS since you were born by repetitive behaviors. We create those neural connections in our brains, and they were actually created before you were 7, and we repeat them. And to change them, we have to rewire. So also set up the morning gym for the future leaders, and you can join in the link below. Every morning live after this appears. So when you grab your phone, the first thing, you are handing someone else the password to your brain. When you switch on into news, have you seen ever Good News TV? There is a few, but if you want to set up your positive day for your brain will look and scan for things you want in your life, then watch the good news information. So an algorithm is choosing your emotional state. A headline writer is choosing your mood. Your inbox is choosing your priorities. That's not living. That's actually being lived. And in the morning gym sessions, the mind morning, we want to help people to take the control back and create instead of adapt. The morning is secret ground. It's the first conversation you have with yourself and your subconscious. Subconscious is listening to every word you say, you hear, and you look at. You are either the commander in the control of creating, or the bodyguard is running the show and you hiding and adapting into whatever comes. So which one were you this morning? Now, let's talk about what this means for your business, your life, and your career. Because this isn't about having a nice morning and meditating and doing all those things which we're supposed to be doing. This directly hits your bottom line. And when I say bottom line, it's not only the financial profit, it's the cost of your own happiness, or cost of your success, cost of your career, cost of your dreams. When your amygdala is in charge, you are in the threat response. And the threat mode means defensive decision, defensive. You play safe in the meeting. You avoid the hard conversation with your team, with your children, with the people around you. You run away, you hide, you survive. You delay the investment. You don't invest in the right places. You miss on the opportunities. You micromanage instead of delegate. You want to control every piece instead of creating. You're cost cutting instead of finding the way how to invest and how to create a new product, how to create more money, how to create more of abundance. You go into the scarcity mode. There is not enough. You react instead of create. You react into the external circumstances instead of create from the state of where you are right now. And you don't even know you are doing it because the bodyguard decided for you before your conscious mind even show up. Here are the numbers. 70% of senior leaders say burnout has directly compromised their decision making. CEOs average 62.5 hours a week. They sleep 6.7 hours while everyone else gets 8, 9. And they make 35,000 decisions a day on that deficit. On the deficit and running and hiding and trying to fix and survive. And one bad morning doesn't cost you a mood. It costs you a deal, a hire, a client, a missed opportunity, a relationship. Your team feels it, your clients feels it, your P&L feels it. And here is what most people don't know about the long game. Your bodyguard never stands down. If you live in the chronic threat mode, your brain doesn't just stay stressed. It physically remodels itself. And this is super interesting. The chronic amygdala activation causes the amygdala to literally grow larger, more reactive, more sensitive, more paranoid. Meanwhile, your prefrontal cortex, the thinking brain, the creative brain shrinks. It also shuts down. Its hippocampus is blocked and you cannot create. We say like we are not creative anymore because there is so much of stimulus, but there is so much of stress. The cortisol is running our days, your day. And it doesn't allow us to solve our problems creatively, but rather It's building the super highway to fear and closes the road to rational thinking. The brake system breaks. The bodyguard can no longer calm itself down. And research shows that this hyperactivity persists for years, even after the stress is gone. Why? Because it becomes a habit. It becomes a programming. And if you are the corporate warrior, the CEO and the leader, the business owner who carry everything on your shoulders, the parent, the partner, the one who takes care of everything, that's even when you do not have that, you're gonna be like this. It becomes a part of your identity. Get it wrong long enough, and your brain literally rebuilds itself around the fear and create new identity. But you can reverse it. And that's exactly what we are going to do right now. I'm gonna give you a very simple tool to reverse and rewire your brain every single day. You can do it in literally 30 seconds. Treat it as an experiment. You don't have to trust me. Just experiment with yourself. Because I don't want you to only know everything here intellectually. I want you to feel it emotionally, and I want to experiment it in the real life, meaning create a wisdom, not only a knowledge. Knowledge doesn't make you smart. It is really the wisdom, the experience of using the knowledge. So you have met the bodyguard, you have seen the science, you have felt what it means, you have seen what it costs your business. And I'm going to give you this. It's not a habit yet. It's not an advice. It's a 7 days experiment. And you can make it longer. Longer you do, it gets stronger wired in your brain. So right now you can pause the video, and you can also write it down in the comment below. What are the 3 things that went well for you today? Right now, the 3 things, without so much of like, make it simple. Like, what are those 3 things? What is the number 1? Like, oh, the coffee was great. I catch my train, good weather, or it was raining and I wanted to plant. Like, whatever is that. Whatever. Simple is good. Don't look for big achievements, just things that went right. 3 things on the paper. You can do it on the paper, you can do it here. And I want you to keep trying and experimenting with this one little things. Why this works through all the pillars. I want to give you the science, I want to give you the spirit and the strategy and impact, so you really fit and you want to experiment it. So here is why it works through every single pillar. Science. You are giving the amygdala positive data during this morning scan. During this first 20 minutes, you are redirecting from the bodyguard from scanning for threat mode to the win mode, from negative to positive in that time. Also, the RAS logs on to wins instead of threats. And after you do that for about 66 days, it becomes effortless. It becomes automatic habit. Your brain doesn't have to try anymore. It just runs. And we say it's hard because we have to put our conscious attention. But when you repeat it, it becomes effortless. And the effect is, if you do this for 14 days of intentional morning practice physically, it does literally thickens your prefrontal cortex. In 6 months, it creates measurable thicker gray matter in your executive functions and also lower your dementia factors. So you're not just having a nice morning, you are working on your longevity. You are renovating your brain. And spiritually, that's your secret ground. It's not only a meditation, which is working in here. It's your space. It's your first, the most secret meeting of the day with yourself. You are choosing the first input before anyone else does. You are programming your GPS. No algorithm, no headline, no TV news, no inbox, not the email, not the message, not the worry. 3 things. So do it right now, and every single morning, tell yourself, write it down, what went well yesterday. Don't think what didn't work. Just focus on those 3 to 5 things. What did work yesterday? What did you've done well? The bodyguard is very loyal, but is not smart. It's actually dumb. It does whatever you train it to do it. So train it to scan for the wins. And that strategy, the thicker prefrontal cortex, that's not motivation. That's actually a structural change, competitive advantage. Better mornings, better first meeting, better decision, and better outcome, financial, but also in every area of your life. Every morning you run this experiment. You're making one less defensive decision of the day that impacts directly your income. I have seen it many, many times. Hundreds of my clients went and are going through processes that they rewire the brains, and you can see it on your bottom line. You can see your business. And at the end of each day, you can rate yourself, how well you feel about the day on a scale 1 to 10. You can be honest. How many defensive decisions did you cut yourself? How many things did you did differently? Did I feel like the commander on control, or you felt like it's out and you're just in a reactive mode? You can comment here. You can let me know how this experience works for you. I don't ask you to believe me. I ask you to test it. Science gives you the map. Spirit gives you the compass. Emotions are your GPS. Strategy shows you the destination, and you are the strategy. You are the strategies. And the experiment, it's great. It gives you the data if it's working and what it's working. It gives you the feelings. It's like walking the road. And nobody can do that part for you. So I'm going to give you one final thought. Your brain boots up every morning like a computer. For the first 30 minutes, it's running at half power, but the bodyguard is already full online. Whatever you feed the system in those 30 minutes becomes the software for the next 12 hours. You wouldn't hand a stranger the password to your laptop. So why are you giving your phone the password to your brain? And tomorrow morning, before you touch the screen, name those 3 things that went well the day before. That's not a positive thinking. That's a strategic programming for your own success. I'm Violetta Simone, the business doctor for Exponential Future. If this changed how you think about your morning, share it with one leader who needs to hear it. Subscribe if you want more science, experience, and strategy. Subscribe if you want to join a morning team live, and share.